I'm so tired of reskin crap, dude. So, if,
I'm sure wherever
what?
he is, he's laughing at us. He's the
Oh,
reason
that's
all this is
nice.
here in the first place.
Um,
The darkness
every
told him to
single
open the
weapon that
portal.
we've
It is
gotten
full of
so far,
execrated.
with the
His fault
exception
so many
of
people
a
died.
few, has
I
been
did everything
reskinned.
I could to help. It still wasn't enough.
There's no use in
Well, season
quantifying the
arm
help we
weapons,
give.
reskins.
Any amount of help
Season
is
weapons,
absolutely far
reskins.
more than most.
With the
Help's
exception
only just begun.
of this new sniper, is that sniper that we get from comp, is it a reskin too or no?
Oh, not that I can see. I mean, it's a reskin if you count D1 weapons, but other than that, I would say no.
So, technically it's new.
Technically,
Technically, okay. Alright. So, what I'm tired of is I'm tired of them. So, Red War, all that, all those seasons past, all those weapons that were back then, they took that out of the game, and now we paid for. They're upping the seasonal stuff, the prices. I sure hope to God that they're not going to plan on reskinning everything. Because if they're upping the prices on the DLCs, there better be new weapons and new equipment. I haven't seen new weapons, like genuinely new weapons since Season of the Dawn. Season of the Dawn was the. I haven't seen genuine new weapons in a long time. They've all been reskins in some way. Those had complete them new gun models. They had different sounds, new perks, and now they're not even creating new perks. They're just throwing perks that were supposed to be on specific raid dungeons into the loot pool, and that's not creative. That's if you're if you're gonna ask us to spend $100 now, and that's not even the deluxe edition on the DLCs. I want new weapons. I'm tired of reskins. That's uninvented. It's unimaginative, non-inventive, and just lazy. Really lazy. Not to mention with all the crap they're getting from Eververse, dude. And they're getting tons of money from Eververse. There's no reason why there shouldn't be a problem on making new stuff for this game. There shouldn't be any problems with fixing the current stuff with the state of PvP. There shouldn't be any problems with that. They were bought by Sony for $4.8 billion, and we haven't seen none of that. They're working on a new game. It's like, okay, cool, but that's not cool. You abandoned Destiny 2 for this new project, and people aren't going to even want to play that.
I'm not going to. I have zero interest in it.
See? Like, they're they just fuck Destiny 2 PvP. That's the attitude I'm getting, right? Screw the game, weapons, seasonal stuff. There's just like I don't get it. I don't understand. Like it's beyond frustrating. You know, I took a break, right? You know that, but I tracking is wonderful. That's another thing. They need to look at tracking for rockets, dude. It is absolutely fucking horrible. I could be 20 feet from an enemy, locked on, shoot it, and it moves to the right a little bit, and the rocket sails on by. It's stupid. I Why put tracking on a rocket if it's not going to track?
Speaking of which, I still need to craft my Last Wish rocket.
Yeah, put tracking on it. I'm just saying.
You know what to do.
But I'm just tired of it, man. I'm tired of.
Tired, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Oh, that's not just Grandpa. Just sick and tired of the reskin shit.
I was going off of the movie Holds.
You know what? This is what I have to say to that. Oh, never mind. I'll save my L2 burst for this thing. freaking dumb.
Dum dum, give me gum gum.
It's dumb. See, while I'm doing this, I'm actually gonna look at something. So, we're gonna go to weapons. We're gonna start with Braytech Winterwolf. I don't know if that counts as a reskin, right? Hold on, what's shooting at me? It is? Okay, well then never mind. It is. Alright, let's go to this season. Alright, we're gonna go to this season. That's a reskin. That's reissued content. That's a reskin. Beyond Light. Beyond Light! Okay, that was the other one. The weapons from Beyond Light, and some of the new Iron Banner weapons were not reskins. They were different. The Fallen themed ones, right? That's reissued. That's probably going to be reissued.
Reissued these nuts.
Rufus's Fury, that's not reskin,
That's
right?
new.
That's new? Okay.
All the Ron stuff is new.
Oh, so no Ron's. So we got new raid weapons within Ron, but the seasonal content. It's not even called seasonal content. It's nothing.
Seasonal reskin.
Seasonal reskins. They're all reskins.
My asshole could come up with a better idea after I just got done eating Taco Bell.
Spare rations reskin. The Taken version of spare rations.
I'd say more of a re-release for the normal one, and then a visual enhancement for the Taken one.
But that's my point. Is we're paying for stuff that we've already earned, and they're giving it back to us with a different coat of paint on it. And some just look basically the same thing.
It's their lack of creativity.
The raid weapons from King's Fall, that was, I can understand why that would be reissued because it's from D1, so it's technically new. What about, what's the other raids? So we get King's Fall. Last Wish was new. That was completely unique, right? I don't mind them bringing the raid weapons back and bringing them back in the foreground and stuff like that. That's nice, right? But it's still the fact that if they were going to redo all the raid weapons, right, they needed to give each raid its own unique perks that make them unique raid weapons. Not just give bait and switch to every single rocket in the game. Don't get me wrong. I like it on Apex Predator. But it's still the fact of what I don't
like is rewind rounds. They're supposed to be. They should be exclusive to Vault of Glass weapons.
Yes.
Why the fuck are they getting thrown on everything else?
Yeah, same like reconstruction.
None of that shit.
Same thing.
None of that shit has anything to do with time.
Reconstruction was supposed to be a unique perk for Deepstone weapons, but it's getting thrown on everything. Bait and switch was supposed to be unique stuff for Vow, but it's getting thrown on everything. There was no unique perks for Ron, right?
I'm not sure. I've only made the shot.
Target lock. Target lock was on Ron weapons, right? And on general Lightfall weapons, right? I think target lock should have been exclusive to the raid. They're going. If you've noticed, it's almost like they're making other avenues to earn knockoff versions of that. The Immortal, for example, right? It was unique. You could only get in Trials of Osiris. Had target lock. Was absolutely busted. What'd they do? Next season? This season? They release. Where is it at?
You can craft it. The dungeon SMG gets it.
Yep.
Borrowed Time or no, Bug Out Bag. My bad. Bug Out Bag gets it.
Yep. Bug Out Bag gets it. What's this taken one? The rapacious appetite is also the best SMG in the game now, because you can craft it. It's like, and I hate to say this, but it's like they're just making it. The game is becoming casual, and that's not a good thing because
Let them kill their game. They're gonna realize it's too fucking late when their player base goes to a game that's not shit. Look at me. I went back to playing RuneScape, dude. A game I haven't played since fucking high school. And I've been out of high school for fucking 17 years. 12 years, my bad. Not 17, 12.
and see
My math is wrong.
That's the last
when elite players or dedicated players complain about issues that they're being forgotten, they're being left to the side, what do the casual players do? They become super toxic, like Glad's video. They are the most toxic part of the Destiny's player base. Oh, something we get the swapping weapons. Oh, gets nerfed? Not gets nerfed, but has a tool set can go down. Oh, deal with it. You shouldn't be swapping weapons anyway. You shouldn't be swapping weapons anyway. What do you just go with the primary in the entire fight?
I do when it's Overload Hawkmoon.
Well, well, you're unique.
Hey, you tell me you don't laugh every time you hear the fucking cacaw from
Yes,
across the map, alright?
yes.
Therefore, shut your poor mouth if I shut it for you.
But my point is I'm just done with. I'm still gonna play this game. I love this game, right? I've met all my friends, but that's what frustrates me, is my friends are on the verge of quitting this game, and then I'm gonna be left alone.
Yep.
Some already have. My friends Ashley and Jonathan, I've known them for literal years, like almost a decade of my entire life, and I met them on this game in D1 when this game was relatively okay. Now in D2, it's just shit, and they don't want to play the game anymore.
Can't say I blame them.
Ashley doesn't want to play the game anymore. Jonathan doesn't want to play the game anymore. Roush stopped playing the game. It's hard to convince him to come back.
I'll tell you the same thing I tell people at work that ask me how depressed it is and if they should play it because they took a long break. Don't.
You'll just be
So I tell
disappointed.
them every time.
You'll just be
No,
disappointed.
I just tell them don't. Why? Just trust me. Don't.
Did they increase the amount of Senate shards it takes to get? They did. It was only costing me one Senate shard to get an exotic. Now it's costing me 3.
This focus is specific exotic. Should still just be one.
If I do focus decoding. Oh shit. So
Which is what I just said.
what happened to the other one for the seasonal one? The season focusing.
It's in the other option.
Yes, Guardian, by all means.
So I'm confused, dude. So I go to the materials exchange, focus decoding, and that's all that's at Rojo. The other option's not even there. Wow. They changed that? Why can't they just leave the other one too? Oh shit.
Bungie's a bunch of fucking morons. And that's me being as nice as I'm willing to be.
Well, this makes things. And it's not to
Let them
say.
kill their game. Makes me happy knowing that I'm one day closer to just not loading it up anymore.
But see, your attitude shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, well, it's the fucking idiots at Bungie that are too fucking arrogant. Well, they drive that to people.
Yeah.
And they're doing it to me, so they can go fuck themselves. I want that company to fucking fall. I want them to fuck up so badly there's no possible chance in hell they can ever fucking recover from it. Then I'll be happy.
It's just sad, dude. Because people are just, I don't know. It's all behind their seasonal stuff, right? They take so you have three types of players. You have your elite players, right? No, I'd say there's four types of players. You have your streamers, like day one
I just say
extraordinaires.
I just say streamers as one category.
Okay, well you have your streamers and your hyper elite players, right? You have just streamers in general that just stream the game, and then you have your elite players, the ones that just play the game, right? They're not streaming. Then you have your dedicated core player base, right? Those are the people that are playing this game 6 days a week, whatever, every chance they get. They have jobs. They're working class guardians, right? But they're still playing the game. Then you have your casuals, which buy the thing in droves. Literally buy it in droves, but only play it like once every 3 weeks. They are making the game for the people that don't even play the game versus making it for the people that actually play this game every single day. They're not making it for, and it's supposed to be power to the players. That's what their emblem, right? There is a lightning bolt with the fist. That's supposed to be power to the players, right? We're not having any power. They're not doing summits anymore. There's not communication with the PvP player base. They're not doing anything regarding PvP. They're not listening to PvP players. They're not listening to PvE players, for matter of fact. They're not listening to Salts, and I'm not saying that he's the best at this, but the dude is generally trying to make the game competitive with well needed fixing. There's tons of things that need fixing, right? There's tons of things, but they're not doing that. They're just okay. We're making the game for us, and that's it. And it's like what was it? ZK Mushroom said one time you could tell that the way their PvP sandbox is crap because he matched a bunch of devs and they were using empowering rifts and fighting line and spamming it down the hallway. That's all they were doing. It was a bunch of devs. I'm not sure if it was ZK, another streamer, but one of them was. But that's my point. Destiny 2 is such a bad place that most people have that attitude like you do. They're just super angry and toxic towards Bungie. But that toxicity and anger, it's not really toxic. It's just anger because, well, you're angry. You've been playing this game for so long, and the game mode that you love, PvP, is just shoved in a shoebox and thrown on the side of the road. And cars hit it wherever it goes. That's just wherever it goes. Whatever meta comes in, PvP is getting tossed from left to right, up, down, squished, stepped on, spit on, whatever. Same with PvE. Same thing as it's going down the drain. I don't understand. I don't understand why Bungie has decided to just not care about. They're making another game. That's great. I'm glad that your company's thriving. But what about this game? You know what PvP players said when they heard dedicated servers were going on Marathon? So you could have put dedicated servers on Destiny 2 this entire time, and you just didn't? No one is going to play Marathon. Why? They're wanting to play Destiny. They're wanting to play Destiny. If you're not even going to fix and listen to the issues that would make this game an amazing game, why do you think people are not going to want to play your other games if you're not even trying to focus and fix this game? Makes sense, right, Celebi? Am I wrong?
Let them find out the hard way when nobody plays it. See all their time and money wasted for the wrong fucking thing. Let them.
It
I
would
don't
be.
give a fuck what happens to them.
Wouldn't you argue that this would be a better strategy? Fix Destiny 2, fix the issues, spend some real quality time of the DLCs in the future after the Lightning Saga, make this game such a legendary game that it goes down in history as one of the best video games of all time, and then make Marathon alongside of that once the player base and population see you're constantly working on Destiny 2's PvP sandbox, and then you're coming out with a new exclusively just PvP focused game. That's going to be awesome. They're going to want to play. They're like, man, Bungie's managing this PvP sandbox so well. Imagine a PvP focused game. PvP tryhards would go nuts for that crap. They would, but they're not doing that. I don't understand. It's like, I'm not trying to insult anybody at Bungie. It's like,
I'll insult them. They fucking deserve it. Their heads are too far up their asses to see the fucking light.
I don't understand. Like I'm pretty much a guy that's just trying to make his way in life, right? Get a good job, not in a good job, maintain my house. That's all I care about. Having a job, maintain my house, my dogs, my animals, play a game that I love. Try to become a streamer, pay a few bills with YouTube and Twitch. That's my goal, right? How is it I can think of all of this stuff, right, that would honestly benefit the game and it would change people's attitudes towards the game, but they're not even just not thinking of it. They're not even doing it. It's not hard to see, okay, our players are upset. You write down a list of things. You sit down with the board. You sit down. You have a discussion. Our players are upset over these issues. What are we going to do to address them? There's supposed to be power to the players. The players don't even see that. We're making another game. The game's going to flop if we don't fix this current one, or its current PvP sandbox and its current PvE sandbox, and balance the two accordingly. Because let me tell you, the shoulder charge nerf to Titans sucks. They could have just put a cooldown time. Flat cooldown. After you use it, you have 8 seconds before you could spam use it again, or whatever it is. But no, it's affected PvE. I normally would shoulder charge to get out of situations, right? And then I would shoulder charge again to get away closer to safety. I shoulder charge once. I have to be careful. Now that's one more ability that I have to manage. Sure, I'm just going to manage it anyway because I want to get good at the game, but that's not the point. When they nerf that, they need to separate the sandboxes, and in order to do that, they need to make it a different engine for. And Destiny 3, people talk about that all the time. That needs to happen. And also the getting rid of everything that we played. The new player experience to this game, and the reason why new players are not getting into this game, because they have no the fuck idea what's going on. You hear about Red Ward K dying and all this, but they can't even play through that content because it's gone. What they need to do for the new players that come into this game to keep them to stay, easy. Have a quest line that's long, right? Have them go through key moments of each DLC that's been released that has been building up this story to where it is currently, and that is how you keep new players. That is how they learn. Oh! So, the Cabal stomped the shit out of the tower, and now we have allies of the Cabal. They'll see the character development. Right now they just see a bunch of Cabal, and they see us fighting Cabal, and they're just fucking confused. They're like, okay, I see we're killing Cabal, we have some Cabal allies, so who's the good and who's the bad? They don't know. They don't know about the story of Callus and his origins. All they do is, okay, Bife should tell them, but the Bungie relying on streamers like they do to tell the story of Destiny 2, they shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to see the story in the entire game. I just don't understand. I'm here ranting and raving about this subject, but I just had to get it off my chest. I'm going nuts. I come back from a long break and I see glaring issues, and I have to say something because maybe they'll see it. Maybe I'll upload this video and they'll see that, and some lonely upload the video and they'll see that, okay, he's speaking a lot of sense. Maybe. I'm probably thinking miles.
They won't, because it's not praising them, so they're not going to see it, nor are they going to care. It's not praising them for doing a shitty job maintaining a fucking game. Let alone a franchise that's been here since 2014 when D1 released. You know, a game that wasn't ass.
Careful with that.
I just want this game to be fun. I want my friends to come back. It's lonely playing this when I'm not playing with you and Hux and Morris. My friends are gone. They're not playing this game anymore. You know how upset that makes me feel? God gave me the ability to even meet them through a video game that I could talk across the planet to my best friend Ben, and he's even thinking about dropping the game. Bungie's like, oh, it's all about the relations and the people that, you know, you play the game with and this and that and the other. Yes, it is, but you're ruining that. You're ruining that for players because their friends are dropping off, and you know those pictures that you see on the internet, last online 2 months ago, last on this. That's happening. And it isn't because people are dying or going missing. Well, that happens too. But no, it's because people are leaving because they don't want to play your game. Because you're not listening. You say you're listening, but you have your ears full of rocks. And it hears what it wants to hear. And I don't get it. All I know is if Bungie does not change their current direction with Destiny 2, that they're not gonna. No one's gonna buy Marathon, and that's gonna be sad because all that hard work and energy and money and time and effort of them going through all that and getting a dedicated servers, all of that hard work is gonna go down the drain if they do not fix Destiny 2's current PvP. Because guess what? What are they trying to do? Get a cat and mouse sort of game, right? You want the cheese on the end of the wheel, the mouse chases afterward? Well, the mouse ain't going to chase that cheese if it smells like shit. Mice generally do not eat shit. They eat food that smells good, right? They'll eat rotten stuff too, sure, don't get me wrong. But they ain't going to eat their own shit. And if shit is only at the end of that stick, they're not going to want it. Destiny 2 players are not going to want it. And that's how it is with this current game. They're just not going to want it. And all that hard effort is just going down the drain. It's going to die immediately. And that's going to be sad because I'm kind of hoping Marathon succeeds. But it's not going to succeed unless Destiny 2 succeeds. Because it's made by the same bungie. Same corporation. You can't just jack the prices up on DLCs and not deliver new weapons, new content, not reissued crap. I should not be getting weapons that I earned back in the Red War. I should not be getting any of this. It shouldn't have been removed from the game, period, but I understand why they had to introduce sunsetting temporarily. So they sunset all these weapons, right? They sent all these weapons just to bring them back. Sure, there's been new weapons from D1 and some unique weapons, right, sprinkled in there, but it's been about 80% reskin. I would say more is closer to like 85% reskins and just reissued content from early D2 over weapons they either brought back from D1 or just barely newly made. There's like 15%, and that's being generous. It's probably even less than that because there's more sunsetted weapons that were reskinned and more weapons brought back from early D2 than I see of new weapons that are brought back from like D1 or they just like make them. It's like this seasonal scout rifle, right? The last RITE. It is a unique new scout rifle with a reskinned model from the dungeon. If you were to make a Tex Mechanica last RITE pinnacle weapon, so to say, I understand why they don't want to make pinnacle weapons anymore. I think they should because it would make unique content, right? You have a PvE weapon to chase. You have a PvP weapon to chase. You have a gambit weapon to chase. Remember how they said, oh, we don't have the time or money to make all that. $4.8 billion, all the money they make from the Eververse store, and they're jacking up the prices. I kind of want to see some new stuff. If people don't see new stuff and they continue having to pay the prices, guess what? The amount of people playing this game is going to keep going down until it's absolutely dead. And then Marathon's definitely going to die because no one's going to go to it.
I ain't playing that shit. I don't even want to play this shit.
But my point is, would you be more inclined to play it if this game was in a better state with PvP?
No.
Okay, well then there is going to be some
I've seen what these fucking morons were capable of over the almost 10 years since D1. No.
I'm just saying, if all of that didn't happen and this was like the perfect game, would you...
No, still no. I'm very picky with the games I play. If it doesn't please me aesthetically, I have zero interest in it whatsoever.
And you haven't seen anything that makes you interested in Marathon?
Nope.
Okay, well then there you go.
But I'm not going to go out of my way looking for anything either. If it can't catch my interest off the get-go, then I have zero interest in it, period.
Yeah, it's just not making anything fun and exciting anymore. There's been a lot of...
Sure there is. It's called closed application. I have a lot of fun with that.
But you get the point, is it shouldn't have... You shouldn't have to get to that point, is my point. Don't be wrong. There's been a lot of good changes to this game. A lot of them. A lot of good changes. But no one
Not
noticed.
enough.
But it's not enough. No one notices them because there's such a glaring amount of bad things that haven't been fixed that, just people don't notice it. Like the focus decoding. I remember, man, that did not exist in D1. You had to grind.
You were
Man.
lucky to get an exotic maybe once every 2 weeks.
Yes. The exotics were so rare. Literally. It was like a white whale. If you spotted one, holy crap, it's raining cows. But there's nothing fun and exciting like that anymore. It's like, oh, it's another exotic. What is it? Oh, it's a good roll. Oh, cool. Goes in the vault.
Oh, you, but I have a lot of fun when I close application.
I just want my friends to come back, man.
Because Bungie being the way they are, you're going to continue losing them one by one.
Yeah.
Or at least losing them to this shitty fucking shit show of a game.
Yeah. And eventually I'm gonna have no one to play with, but that's because they're not on this game. I'll still have people to play with. It's just not on this game. A game that I guess I'm playing it for the hope that it comes back. I don't know. I don't know why I play this game anymore. But that's it for the video. Y'all have a good day, folks. Sorry for the language.